Hello everyone, this is Martin. Welcome back to another weekly video update on the trading opportunities that I see ahead of me. This week we're talking about the opportunities for August the 7th to the 11th. Okay, and I don't know if you can remember, but last week we talked about the trend. Most of the currency pairs were trending in one direction, and the Australian, British pound, euro were all going one way, going higher against the US dollar, and of course, the US dollar against the Swiss franc, US dollar against the CAD and that were going the opposite way, so indicating USD weakness. However, this week, or I'm sorry, at the end of last week, we had the non-farm payroll, which could be the catalyst for a reversal in price. And the big question this week is trend ending, okay, or are we in a pullback? And in this week's video, I'm going to explain what a pullback is and when a trend actually ends. So I want you to join me. This is me, Martin, right there, okay, and we are on a rocket ship to the planet Forex. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk to you about is the disclaimer. Okay, here is my risk disclaimer. And as you know, guys, I have to talk about this. So if you ever want to read this from the beginning to the end, just pause the video, take a look, and mainly you will find that the information I provide you, whether it's video format or by voice, is for educational purposes only. And that means um, that you have to do your own due diligence when it comes to trading. Always use risk management and trade at your own risk. Okay, so that's really important. Always trade at your own risk. Don't always just go by what I'm saying. I may be giving you price levels and interesting ideas for trade entries and so on, but remember, I'm doing it for educational purposes. My purpose is to educate you so that you can make proper decisions on your own. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, let me just take that. We are going to dive right into the currency pairs. Okay, as always, we start with the Euro USD. You can see that right here. This is a daily chart, and if you're wondering what all these magenta trend lines are, these are horizontal lines. They indicate, in this case, future areas of resistance. So if price was to break above here, it would go up to here. This is an area of support. Usually for support and resistance, I do use the gray rectangles, but sometimes I will use horizontal trend lines. You can see this right here. And that with the euro has been going up so much. I mean, it's been an extremely strong pair and certainly could go higher. We are still trending higher, but we've gone a bit sideways, okay? And what I want to talk about, again, the theme really are we in a pullback or is price reversing? We are really in a pullback. You can see, however, price did actually stay above the 8 EMA. Price has to come down a little bit further, and price most likely will. My bias is on the short term to the downside. Okay. This big black bearish candle was as a result of last Friday's non-farm payroll. There was good positive news for the U.S. and that obviously helped to strengthen the U.S. dollar against the euro. And so I see price in the short term perhaps coming down to this blue um, lower trend line here and to this area of support. Now, for price to completely reverse, I mean, right now, price can come all the way down here and it's still called a pullback, okay? However, for price to be called a reversal, price would have to come down below here, this area. You can see right here. Here is the next area of support. So price has to make a lower low, okay, and then make a and then come back up to around here, come back down again, okay? So price would have to make a lower low to the previous low and a lower high to the previous high for us to consider price making a reversal where the trend actually, and do you remember from last week's video, the trend is your friend until it ends, and that is an indication of how you can tell whether a trend is going to end or not. So it has to make a, first of all, a lower low, and then has to come back up, and then has to make a lower high before coming back down again. So that is one indication. So if price actually comes down to, you see this area right here, price actually comes back down here and below this 50 moving average, then certainly we can look at price reversal. It would then most definitely come down a lot further. Right now we have a weakening. You see the first momentum bar right there. That's on the longer term trend. That's just a trending indicator. So we have one red momentum to the downside. Short term MACD here trending lower as well. So in the short term, I see price coming down lower. And if we believe price is going to come down lower, then we want to take a sell below 117.48. Below 117.48 right there. Okay, this line. And if we believe price is going to go higher, and remember, we're still technically in an uptrend where it's just a small pullback right now, even though we had a big black bearish candle. So if we believe price is going to go higher, and it certainly could, to the next level, okay, and I've got another level drawn in already, so just take a look. So price could still go a lot higher. We want to buy above 119.10 to the upside. Now we rocket right to the British pound USD. This one on Thursday, last Thursday, we had a bearish candle, and on Friday we actually broke the pennant. You can see this pennant with the lower trend line, the upper trend line. Price is certainly coming back down lower. Oh, let me just remove that. And you can see the histo bars here. They also showing momentum to the downside is increasing. So I believe price is going to come down lower, and we want to take a sell below 130.18. Okay, we'll be below 130.18 to the downside there. Also want to show you. We had a weekly bearish pin bar. Let me just quickly go to the weekly chart. Okay, so you can see here's the weekly candle of last week. It's certainly a bearish. See the long high tail or the wick above the body of the candle, bearish and a long tail. So certainly price seems to, it would indicate that price is going to come down further. If it's going to come down further, then to at least this area. I mean, it could come all the way down and retest the 50 moving average here. Okay, so that's what I see there. Australian USD, likewise. This one's a little bit different in the sense that um, it is sideways. It made a high right over here. You can see that. Okay, so it did make a high right there. It again tested the high, came back, bounced off the high, and right now price is below the 8, so it's closed below the 8. However, for I look at this as kind of sideways, and even though you can see here we have bearish MACD with the red histobars, and we have several red bearish histobars on the longer term trend. As long as we're above zero here, you can see as long as we're above zero, the trend, we're still trending higher, or we're in an uptrend. However, the uptrend is weakening, and that's all that means there. So for us to take a sell trade, if we believe price is going to come down lower, then we want to take a sell trade below 0.7880, 0.7880 to the downside, or again, price has come all the way up to this magenta line here, buy above 0.8014 to the upside. Okay, and as you know, gold is tied into the Australian dollar. Gold has been weakening lately as well. Last week. Um, And so in the short term, I believe gold is going to come down further and again retest the 50 moving average. So short term, I believe gold is coming down. Now we jump to the New Zealand USD. Same thing. So all the first four pairs I talked about, the Euro, the British Pound, Australian, New Zealand, all trading against the US, all weakening against the strength of the US dollar. Okay. And in the short term, I also believe that there is momentum to the downside. Again, take a look here. Um, the MACD here, we have red histobars below zero. However, notice the blue histoline. There's the blue, I'm sorry, the blue MACD line. The blue line indicates the actual MACD. That has not yet crossed below zero. If it crosses below zero, then price here, take a look at the chart, price here could certainly come break the longer term trend line and come back and retest the support area here. So the longer term, the trending indicator right here, it's just weakening. We're still above zero. You can see above zero, but it's just weakening. So just if we believe price is going to go lower, then, and I believe it most likely will, sell below 0.7380. 0.7380 to the downside. Okay, so let me just take that off the chart and we are rocketing along to the USCAD. Now this one is a really good, I mean visually on the chart you can see this is a really good price reversal, right? Okay, let me just highlight this. So you can see price came down and then kind of just went this way. So against the Canadian dollar, USD really strengthened, and I believe it's certainly going to go higher to at least up here to the next resistance level, as you can see with this gray rectangle. But again, according to the theme of this week's video, is this a reversal or is this just a pullback? Well, remember what I said. The key thing for a complete reversal is that price would have to make a higher high in this case, which it has. Okay. Well, actually, the higher. Okay, let's take a look. Here is the previous high. Okay, see that? That's the previous high. So it is making a higher high, but price has to come down and then make a higher low. So here's the previous swing low, has to make a new. So if price comes down anywhere and then reverses higher, that's a higher low, and we could now say that price is trending higher. But price really would have to get above here before we can say price is really starting to reverse. Again, this is the daily chart, okay? So just keep that in mind. So right now we're still in a pullback until we get up to here, okay? And let's take a look at, oh, I did want to mention one thing. Last week, let me just take that off. Let's jump to the weekly chart. And this is really interesting. You can see last week was a huge bullish engulfing candle. So that's also a further indication that price is going to continue going higher, at least in the short term. And on the, remember, this is the weekly chart. Just ignore that for a second. Okay, ignore this. Okay, so price most likely will come up to here. And again, I'll just draw in an area. So somewhere there, price most likely could most likely come all the way back up to here, and then from here it'll go higher or bounce back lower. Again, this is the weekly chart. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let's go back to the daily, and now we jump. And oh, yeah, take a look down below here. We've got all green histobars on the MACD, but again, note, and this is important, see this blue MACD line? It has not yet crossed the zero. So again, this is a pullback, okay? And again, the overall trend is down, but again, momentum to the upside is increasing, or saying it the other way, we are in a downtrend, but the downtrend momentum is weakening. So however you want to say it, as long as you understand that we're still really technically in just a pullback. Okay, it's a nice deep pullback, but the pullback may certainly reverse back down lower, and we may again rejoin the main overall downtrend. Okay, now we jump to oil. Oil is tied into Canadian dollar. Oil has kind of been going side. This is last week, so again, you might want to wait. Take a look at the MACD right there. It's just sideways. When you see it horizontal like this, we're in a sideways pattern. So again, you would have to buy above this area with the horizontal trend line here for if you think price is going to go higher, or let me just do that. Okay, below here if we believe price is going to go lower. Okay, now we move to US Swiss franc. And you can see here, price certainly on last Friday with the news from the non-farm payroll, it did break a lot higher. It actually went up pretty high, and then the sellers brought it back down a bit. But there is pressure for this pair to go higher up to this and close close to the resistance zone right here. Take a look at the previous high. So it's certainly going to take another stab at testing this resistance area, and of course it may certainly follow through and even go higher. Okay, so the longer term, take a look right here. Here's the trending indicator. We now have histobars above zero, so the longer term, the trending indicator indicates price will go high or should go higher. On the short term, on the MACD here, the MACD, it's just kind of sideways right now, but we are still above zero. So that's what I see there. And if we believe price is going to go higher, then we want to buy above zero. Let me just change the pointer. Then we want to buy, and this is important, we want to buy above 0.9744. 0.9744. I also want to go back to the weekly chart again. Take a look. 2 weeks ago, like this, see this kind of a white small bodied candle right here? That was last week. But look at the week before. This is a huge bullish engulfing candle, and that obviously was a big clue that price was going to go higher, and so I still believe price is going to go higher again on the shorter term. Let's go back to the daily. So again, I did mention that if you think price is going to go higher, then buy above 0.9744. Finally, we get to the USJP. So again, price was going sideways last week. I mean, it went up, went down, and then on Friday we had a huge up day as well. So with this one, you kind of my bias is to the upside, but I did want to show you again really quickly. Every now and then you should switch to the weekly to give you context as to current price structure. But on the weekly, take a look, and I will zoom in. Okay, take a look. That is a doji, right, on the weekly. So price had come down 3 weeks in a row. See this starting with this big black candle, the next one. This was a smaller black bodied candle right here. But now we have a doji indicating a possible reversal to the upside. Okay, and certainly on Friday, the catalyst was the non-farm payroll. So price, this is the major downtrend, but price could be pulling back even further. Again, this is just a minor pullback. But again, notice that this white bodied candle did not close above the short-term 8 moving average here. So price would have to go higher before and then if it does that, we can certainly say that the pullback is continuing. However, the downtrend is still intact. See, take a look at the trending indicator where my mouse is. You see, we still have red histobars. We do not even have one green histobar on the long-term trending indicator. So caution here, we technically are just sideways. If we believe price is going to go higher, then we want to buy above 111.12, 111.12 to the upside if we believe price is going to go higher. And if we believe price is going to go lower, then certainly, and it could, we want to sell below 109.80 to the downside. Okay, so that's those are my major charts. At some point soon, I'm going to be adding and introducing some other cross pair charts, which could give you some great opportunities as well. So in the near future, we will be adding a few more charts to the major 7 currency pairs that I typically talk about. Okay, and finally, if you need a trading mentor coach, please contact me, Martin, that's my name. Send an email to mskyj007@gmail.com. Okay, so take care, everyone. Hopefully, you are enjoying your summer holidays, and wherever you are around the world, thanks for watching this video. And hope to talk to you soon or receive an email from you. And take care. Enjoy the week. Happy trading. We will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.